this guy, he knew what he was doing. He had me. Forgot. I could have been dead. I could have been lying down in some ditch or somewhere.
That's an interview from 31 years ago. She was talking about serial killer Bobby Joe Long. He killed at least 10 women in the mid-1980s, and tonight he still sits on death row. And one of his victims turned the tables on him, the one that got away. She gave police the details they needed to lead them to the serial killer.
Her amazing escape happened 31 years ago this week. In a Fox 13 exclusive, she tells Lloyd Sowers tonight how she did it and how her life has taken a surprising turn.
It seemed that every day another body was found. A serial killer was preying on women, many of them prostitutes from Tampa's notorious Strip. It was a frightening time.
It frightened me because where I worked at, I used to have to ride a bicycle. And I used to always wonder or worry, would I be the next victim? And then you think, it can't happen to me. But it did.
Lisa Noland was just 17. She'd been in foster care and sexually abused by a relative's boyfriend. She thought about suicide, even on her way home that night, from her job at a donut shop. He grabbed her off her bike.
I remember pleading with God, whatever you do, just don't let him kill me.
He was serial killer Bobby Joe Long, who had eluded police and murdered and raped at least 10 women. And so it began for Lisa.
Held 26 hours, gunpoint. He raped me over and over again, lost count.
Lisa was tied up and blindfolded, but she says being a victim of abuse in the past actually helped her deal with the killer.
So I told him, I said, listen, it's unfortunate how we met. I could be your girlfriend. I could take care of you. And no one ever has to know. Reverse psychology, I guess. Coddling him like a 4-year-old child. It worked.
Under her blindfold, she got a glimpse of the Magnum nameplate on his car. She counted the number of steps up to his apartment, made sure to put her fingerprints all over his bathroom.
At one time, he placed my hand on his face. I saw his face through my hands. Pop marks, small mustache, small ears, short hair, clean cut. Kind of stouty, but not overweight, big guy.
At one point, she told him she had to care for her sick father. Finally, after 26 hours, he dropped her off not far from where the ordeal began.
So he drove off. I pulled my blindfold down, and the first thing I saw was this gorgeous, beautiful oak tree. And that's the moment I knew my life was about to change for the good. Branches of new life.
A life 31 years later as a deputy sheriff.
No one's gonna get hurt on my watch. That was my motivation to become a police officer.
And I love every single student in this school.
Lisa is now a school resource officer at a middle school not far from where it all happened.
This is my calling.
Working to protect kids from the kind of monster that preyed on her, who still sits on death row, still alive 31 years later.
And if you got a call tonight saying that they're going to execute him tomorrow, you want to go?
Yes. If the governor calls me up and asks if I want to sit in the execution, yes.
She says she'll wear a T-shirt with Long's name on the front.
And on the back, overdue. Long being his last name. Long overdue. Exclamation point.
I like helping children.
She loves her job, and she doesn't have the nightmares that used to haunt her.
It's like in my dreams, I'm always being hurt. I want to finally one day not hurt. And just to be able to let that pain go, you know, and be healed.
She says her healing is protecting others.
I'm not a victim. I'm no longer a victim. I'm a survivor and I'm a warrior. There's no victim here.
A story of empowerment from the clutches of a killer. The one that got away is now the protector. Lloyd Sowers, Fox 13 News.
What an interview. Lisa Noland, she says she loves her job working with kids as a school resource deputy. She lives in the Carrollwood area with her husband, who is also a deputy sheriff.